started spinning all around. Well,
Yes.
he's used to doing that, and I'm not used
Yes,
to it. So
yes.
he could stay ahead of. He could
Yes,
get ahead of.
yes.
After he did it a few times, he got ahead of me.
Yes.
But and so you've got to be able to do all that.
Yes.
But you know, like in judo, that if you hold somebody 30 seconds, you win. That's an ippon.
Yes.
And so you don't have to submit them or anything.
Very true.
But at any rate,
But in real life, it
Well,
doesn't work that way.
I'm not in that. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't wrestle. But,
Yeah.
And I sure don't wrestle. I haven't wrestled in real life.
Yeah. So yeah, with
But what I think that principle. I think when you're doing that kokidosa pin, which
Okay.
you weren't taught, y'all didn't learn that.
no.
But I think there, and with your regular Aikido pins, it's the same thing.
Yes.
You have the guy on his stomach, you pin both shoulders and his hips. Is the way I think of that pin. So
I'm sure that both shoulders are pinned, but I generally just work one shoulder.
well, so you're pinning me.
Yeah. So I have several different ways, but the very simple basic one here is just here and here.
Oh, okay. You're doing different than what we
There,
were taught
yes.
then.
Can you feel-
You're doing
yes.
an arm bar,
Yes.
and that's what we call an Ikkyo pin.
Yes.
What about an Ikkyo pin or a Kodagaishi pin?
Well, I pull into here.
Okay, so you don't do. Oh, your pinning is very different than our club.
Yes.
The way I was trained.
Yes.
Okay.
And real quick here, while you're here, to talk about that other one. So when you hear with the two,
Oh, yeah.
and I take someone down, and I just, first of all, this is just training for me because I will never be sitting like this, and someone else will never be sitting like this.
You don't
to
sit
me
Japanese all the time?
Yeah, well, no.
Oh God,
No.
I'm shocked.
Yes. And people don't live that way around here. So-
They forgot to say go.
Yeah, I forgot to say go. So when I drop somebody with this technique, I'm here, and you're done, and I'll get up.
Yeah,
and
well,
walk
that
away.
now, that's certainly fine.
It's basically a throwaway.
Well, we throw with it. Now, I had a series of some experiments I was doing with this, and I wasn't happy with the results. But to me, the way we learn, to me, this is just exercises on understanding principles.
Yes, yes.
It's not, but we would do what you did and then go into that pin.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, if
you're
I was
doing it a lot more forcefully than I do,
Yes.
because I'm trying to feel your balance and everything and not,
Yeah.
just force you down.
I'm getting you away from me.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to me, I don't take it seriously at all.
Oh, yeah, see, well, I take it.
I mean, to me, like
Yeah.
you say, well, I mean, I'm not even going to come up and grab somebody like this anyway, and I'm sure not going to be sitting here facing.
Yes,
I mean, this
yes,
situation is
yes.
not going to come
Yeah,
up.
I can even come here and
Yeah,
go there.
Well, yeah, but that's much more combative.
Yeah, yes.
The way we do it.
And I'm
it's-
very combative.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The way we do it, it's an exercise to study principles of movement.
Yes. Well, I believe the same way. It's just our end results are a little different. I teach it as a technique to learn a principle, but I expect it to be something serious. And if you're going to use it, I expect it's going to be a life-threatening incident. So I want to make sure that they get the point across that I'm not happy with what you're doing to me, and
Right.
that's the last time I want
Now,
you to do it.
when we do Swariwaza or Hamihandachi, the way you saw how we do it on the video, somebody throws you and takes your knife, and then they attack you with it. So we're sitting here, and rather than somebody coming up and grabbing you, they're attacking you with a knife while you're sitting in Swariwaza.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the way we practice.
Okay. Yeah.
But
That would be something fun to do, just as kind of an entertainment for like class experiments. But I can't really see myself ever being in a situation where someone has a knife and we're sitting like this and decide to attack me
well,
with
like
it.
I say, that's not how we start off.
Yeah. Okay.
We start
yeah.
off, somebody attacks me with a knife, I throw him and take the knife.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
and then I have a knife and I'm still coming after him.
Okay.
So now he's on the mat.
Okay.
And somebody's coming after him with a knife.
Okay, yeah.
Which, if you're going to talk about grappling on the mat as being realistic, that's really realistic. In
Yeah.
fact, that's where most people who carry knives talk about using it.
Yeah. Well,
If
if
somebody's got them on the mat, like a BJJ guy
Yeah.
got them down or something, they pull out a
pull a
knife and start carving.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. If my life was in danger and somebody was on me, I would pull out one of my knives and just start jackhammering somebody. Absolutely.
So so I don't think that. So
But I think
anyway,
that,
it's a fun way. It's a way of practicing. Kind of what I teach is you don't quit until you're dead.
yes.
And you're not dead in a keto class, so you don't quit.
Well, there you go. There you go.
You see what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
No matter what's happened to you,
Bentley.
Yes.
if you're not
There, it's working. She's trying to break my stuff.
I will walk away. I'll go sit over there, and you're all on your own.
No, you're good.
All right.
So, yeah.
So now the way now Satomi really got into Joe a lot,
Okay.
and he has a whole, and I think I've seen them all on the internet. So if you're
Okay.
interested, you can find them. They're Jodo katas.
Yeah. Okay.
They're not really Aikido katas.
Yeah.
I was taught, Saito has some katas. Sensei taught a bow kata that I know. And,
I don't know that one yet.
and then you have just a basic kata that everybody in Satomi school and AFA, that's the United States Aikido Federation, does. They have a basic kata they do, and it's with partners. But I guess you do a basic thrust, right? And then Komanuchi and Shomanuchi, so it's the same as Aikido.
Okay. Yes.
The same as empty hand.
Okay. Yeah, we have a gentleman that comes up to the dojo just to train by himself, and he trains Joe, and I think he does that. When I was training in my Aikido, the guy who trained me, Bandy, really was into Kinjitsu, and when we learned techniques with the Boken and the Joe, it was not Aikido, it was Aikijitsu. And it was completely outside the range of Aikido. So I never learned that Aikido kata and have never really been interested in putting effort into it because...
Well, I think it's what I like about the kata, what I think is really important, and I like, Boken is where I figured out what O-sensei was doing with the leading.
Okay.
And the way I figured that out is you have this, it's really a kendo practice, but you go to strike Shomanuchi, see, and
Yes.
this is just a basic kendo
Yes.
exercise.
Yes,
I thought it was some kind of magic, supposed to be some kind of magic Aikido technique or something.
Okay.
But
yeah.
all those everything they do in Aikido with the Boken is, just basic sword stuff.
Yes.
From from
yes.
thousands of years ago, or however
Yes.
long it goes, maybe 1,000, however far it go back. So, but this always really bothered me, because I thought, if I go to strike at you with Shomanuchi and all you do is just stab me in the throat, well, nobody could ever do Shomanuchi.
Yeah.
How long would it take you to figure that out?
Yeah.
And that would end Japanese sword fighting as it exists, couldn't exist.
Because all they do is boom and you're dead.
Yeah, I just raised my sword and you stab me and
Yes.
that's it.
Yes.
Duh.
Yes.
And so I kept looking for the counter to that.
Okay.
And then I saw one of Saito's videos. And so in his video, he raises his sword here and then you pivot.
Okay. Boom.
And my reaction to that is it's phony. Because I know that if I'm standing here and you stab at me and I pivot, you can follow me and hit me. No, I can't just step out of the way without you stabbing me.
Yeah.
And I used to I fenced, like
Okay.
Western style fencing.
Yeah.
I could never step out of the way of a guy stabbing at me with a foil.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a fencing technique either. If it were a fencing technique, people would do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it would work, people would do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I thought, well, this is phony. So we tried it, and it worked.
Okay.
So, he'd raise a sword, and boom, and he'd miss, and we couldn't hit him.
Okay.
So now I know that there's something special going on there.
Okay.
There's something that I don't understand at all going on, because I know, in particular if you do it fencing style. I mean, if I take a knife and come at you with it, you can't pivot out of the way.
Yeah.
You might parry it or something, but you can't pivot out of the way.
Okay.
And
Which is why I would never pivot with a knife anyway. Yeah.
Well, I think pivoting is the only thing I found that works.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you can, you're good enough to knock it out of his hand or something, but now which one of you is a better athlete? And I'm not a good athlete, so I can't take that route.
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, so that's how we figured this out. So what happens is I raise this here. Well, you're going to look at it, not me.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to pay attention to the danger.
Okay.
But it doesn't even have to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
It can just be my hand, see?
Yeah.
So, you're stabbing Sensei's here.
Yeah.
So you see him do that with Joe's. You're stabbing with the Joe, and he just comes here. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that works.
Mm-hmm.
Because your attention gets on my hand
Yes.
and not on me.
Okay.
And that's how, I got into all of this.
Okay.
And so if you look at this Joe kata, well, the first one they do, and it's done with another partner, but the first one you do is they come here and then they thrust again. And they start going up here. And so none of this made any sense to me. And to anybody else either. I say, well, what does this mean? What's happening when you do this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just what I was told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what you're doing is getting his attention.
Okay.
You get his attention on the Joe. You're not attacking him.
Okay.
You're just getting him to pay attention to this.
Okay.
And so then in the kata, now Saito says what's really happening is I put this up and you strike it by hand.
Which is what I would do.
And so you strike it by hand, see?
Yeah.
That's the first move of the kata.
Okay.
And they think of this as me parrying you here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's one way to interpret that movement.
Yeah.
But another way to interpret the movement is,
Yes.
see, I get your attention on the Joe.
Yes.
And now you're watching this thing coming and you don't see me step out of the way.
Okay.
All you see is the Joe.
Yes.
You don't follow me.
Yes.
But if I try to step out of the way without that lead, well, of course you're hitting the hand there. But if you're striking at me and I try to just step out of the way, you'll hit me.
Yeah.
You're being nice, but if you were trying to hit me, you'd hit me.
Yeah. Yes.
But that's how people do it in Aikido class. They're nice.
Yes.
But we have these padded sticks and we're not nice.
Yes.
And you can't do it.
Yes. Oh, I understand that. I understand that.
So I think the kata is important because see this first move, you're getting, the Joe is here. It's
Mm-hmm.
not really over here. You're not real, so you're here. You come to here and you step out of the way.
Okay.
And I think in the kata they probably usually, well they don't do this. They don't do it this way because they stab, they come here, they stab.
Yeah.
And then they come here, see?
Yes.
Well, this is important because this comes here, you're keeping the Joe in front of you. And you've got all this movement and all this going on. Well, you're paying attention to this. I disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's instinctive. That just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you really focus on your target,
Yeah.
you still go to the Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a philosophy in Filipino martial arts. Is defang the snake, and the snake is harmless. Technically, that stick is not the hard part. That's not the danger. The stick is not the danger. The danger is you. You're the danger. So I need to focus on you. The closest thing to you and that stick is your hand. So if I disarm your hand, I automatically disarm
and that's
the
what
stick.
a sensei always did.
Yeah.
Unless it just happened that your head was in the way.
Yes.
You might get hit in the head, but yeah, if you got weapons, you go for the hand. You don't.
Yeah, because the weapon's not the dangerous part. It's the person that wields the weapon.
Well, you're trying to disarm him.
Yeah.
And and I think this is part of the ethic in Aikido, that you don't try to kill the guy.
Yeah.
Once you cut off his arm and he can't hold his weapon, you don't need to go and deal with the other guys. You don't have to worry about this guy anymore.
Yes.
I don't think it's that they were nice.
Yeah.
I think they were practical.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't waste time chopping on this guy some more when you got other people to deal with.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So anyway, you thrust, but I think here you're putting the jaw up so that as a
focusing tool.
And then I come here. This is the way Saito does. They don't actually do this, but this is what Saito says it represents.
Okay.
So I actually do it.
Okay.
Then you do it again. You put the jaw up. This time you bring it over your head and strike the hand here.
Okay.
Then you do the first move all over again. You come here and strike this way.
Okay.
And that's probably why they leave it out the first time, because they're putting it in again.
Okay.
And this move is the move I do when you empty hand, when you come at me with that, see?
Yes, yes.
It's that move,
Yes.
except empty hand, I do it a little differently.
Yes, yes.
But I've got to, see, I get your attention on this.
Yes.
And then my pivot carries, the pivot of my body
Yes.
carries this around so I don't even hit you.
Yes.
Now, sometimes it's good to touch the guy, because say, where did our knife go? Now, if we were, say, if I were going to attack you with a knife, don't know how you do it Aikido style, because we don't do that, right?
Yeah.
But with the principles I use, I'd want to get your attention here first.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd get this and then come in and stab you.
Yes.
Well, what we find is the good defense to that is for you to come to this side and do the kind of thing do the same thing I just did, was doing earlier.
Okay.
So I put this out. You come to this side. Yeah, well, this is low. You don't need that. Yeah. But the idea is you're coming in here.
Yeah.
Well, if you have this, I'm high now, so you come in and do what you just did.
Yeah, I would go here and come in here.
But do what
you won't go under here, right?
No, this arm comes, what you want to do is not let me see you.
Okay.
So you want to keep this arm between your face and my face.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
So
I'm
you
here.
want me here?
No, well,
No?
yeah, but come in front of this. And then let this fold, but keep it up. Now, don't do it just do it like you were doing a rising block.
Okay, yeah, because I don't block.
Yeah, but
So
you haven't
so
said
like
it right.
this?
But you don't block. That's right. Now let this pivot your body.
Right
And
here?
when you pivot, yes, this comes here.
Okay.
And then this comes here, see?
Okay.
And you come over my head.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I do it a little differently, but
it's the same technique you do.
Yeah.
Except that
you're here and you're going here.
I'm coming.
And then
I'm
you're
keeping,
coming
I'm
actually
keeping
in here.
I'm blinding it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other hand comes up like you do. But I make sure I come up under this arm because I don't want him to be
Okay,
able
so you're here, and
this
boom,
comes
right, like this, and then here.
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah.
And so when I stick this out here and you put that up, see now if
Now
you
you just got
push,
me.
no, if you push against my arm here, not that much.
Okay.
Just leave it there. Don't actually push.
Okay.
I have to turn this to turn into you. Now I can't turn into you to get you with the other hand.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could if you were serious. If you were serious about hitting me, and I'm here, if you were serious
You're not
about
going to be there though. You're not going to stay there.
No, I'm not going to stay there.
It's just for an instant you're going to pass through that.
Yes.
Well, now the guys in a keto class know what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Right? You know.
Yeah.
But so they put this up. I go beside. They know I'm going to go there. They try
Yeah.
to step me. Well, if you push this arm a little, they can turn into your stand.
Okay.
But you don't stay there. You're
Yeah.
going behind it.
I have a similar concept with that, because when you come in, I'm here, but what I do is I come up to your shoulder here and I push now behind you here.
Right. Yeah. Except you're not doing the blinding.
I'm not worrying about the blinding.
You're not doing the leading or the blinding.
At that point, I'm not. When this knife is here, as a matter of fact, to be totally honest, if you had the knife in this hand, I wouldn't even worry about all this. You could put your hand up here all day and I'm not focusing on that. I may pretend like I'm focused on it, but my focus is going to always be there, and I'm going to stop that at all costs.
Yeah, well, this could be for us, we're trying to get your attention here.
Yes.
But, somebody could be grabbing you.
Yes, yes.
Stuff you show.
Yes. And that's when I break your leg by like that.
Yeah, well, we don't have all those techniques.
Yeah. Well, I worry about the knife. And if you have the knife, my focus is going to be disarming that knife at any cost possible.
So does what I'm doing seem stupid to you?
No, absolutely not.
Because that's one of the things I'm trying to find out what techniques you do.
Okay.
But also I want to know what I'm doing that's stupid.
Well, I would never call anything stupid.
Well,
never.
But,
and
but
I would never say
time to do it.
And I would never say anything was wrong. Honestly, if you're going to attack me with that knife, you can lead me and you can taunt my brain and you can do anything you want.
And people focus on the knife.
But I'm going to focus on that knife at all costs. I don't care.
Yeah, that's what everybody does.
Yeah,
all
I don't
they
care.
ever see is a knife.
I don't care what you do with this. You can punch me with that. I don't care, because I can take a punch.
Right.
I'll take a punch, because a punch is just going to hurt me, maybe, and I might bleed a little. That will kill me.
Right.
So I don't care about a punch.
Well, if people see a knife,
Yeah.
they'll
If you
go
bring
after the knife.
if you bring that out on me, no matter what you do with the other hand, I'm right here,
Yeah.
and now I've got this, and then I'm here,
Right.
and then just for GP, I'm going to let you know that wasn't nice.
That's not very nice,
I know.
He never said he was nice.
But
They fuss at me in a keto
Yeah.
class when I do stuff like that.
yes, but I follow the philosophy of do unto others, and you were doing unto me with that knife. So what you're saying, what you're telling me, and I'm being a nice Aikidoist because I'm doing exactly what you asked me to do. Since you stabbed me with that knife or attempted, all you're telling me is, hey, take this knife away from me and stab me with it. So being a nice Aikidoist, I'm going to oblige you and give you what you
Now,
asked
I
for.
like you take the knife. In the keto classes I was in, except for Shianagi,
Okay.
you threw the person down first and then took the knife. And to me, there's an
You're
awful
going to get
lot.
cut going down that, doing that.
Well, to me, an awful lot can go wrong.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
for one thing, in a keto class, they don't normally try to counter.
Yes.
But if you throw somebody with Kotegaeshi, when you're throwing him, he can pull you down into him and hit you.
Yes. Well, the good thing with having a knife and working kotegaeshi, and I know this for a fact. So if you're holding this knife and I get a hold of it with kotegaeshi, the first thing I'm going to do is give it back to you.
Well, that's what I think too.
Well, I know for a
That's why I
fact.
say I like.
Yeah, I know for a fact that's what happens, because the one time I got attacked with a knife, I actually got it into a kotegaeshi, and I put it up to his throat and
See, that's where I put the elbow up.
okay, yeah. See, I ain't
So
worried
see,
about the elbow.
Well, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying. See, if I have my elbow up,
Yeah.
then that facility. Anyway,
Boom.
it's just a way
Yes.
of doing it.
No, absolutely. Yes.
But
Yeah.
that's what we do too.
I bring it in here like this, and it goes in here like this. Then I use my mean one, and there's the elbow, because I'm going to
Yeah.
hit you with that too. I'm going to come in and go
well,
crack.
That's good. You didn't show that in your.
No, because I don't. Yeah, we're not. I don't. We work it, but I progress them from beginning higher levels, and I do what I call tweaking, and I'll show a basic
But that's
technique.
the way we do.
Yes.
If I'm coming in, I want that elbow.
Oh, absolutely.
In your
Yeah,
face.
if I'm teaching a basic one, we'll just go here, and I'll go here,
Yeah.
and we'll stop at that.
Right. But I think you have to have the elbow to keep me from hitting you.
Yeah, once you progress and I go up here, I'll bring it here and I'll pop you in the throat with it.
Right.
And it'll be stuck in your throat. I'll come around here, boom, and I'll clock you with my elbow. Then I'll break your
when the
wrist.
guy attacked you, did you cut his throat?
Actually, his throat didn't get cut, but you know how when you shave every once in a while you hear that I heard that going across his throat. I thought I killed him.
Now, when I do this in class, what happens to me is the knife comes here.
Yes.
The guys don't let me push it across. How
Okay.
do you get it to go across?
Well, when you have it, okay, and you resist it. So if you're resisting it, that's when this cote de gash comes in here. Boom, feel that?
Resist it.
So
Try
as
to
you
resist it.
There and there.
Yeah.
So, if you resist it this way, and it comes back here, you're not going to resist it that way. So if I resist it the first way,
Yeah,
so
I
go
got
ahead.
you. I got you.
Yeah.
So,
So if I resist it this way and it's here, bring it back on him. Yeah.
now just relax, though. Let it come. Bring it to your shoulder.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So you don't resist it. Bring it to you. One thing I was taught was the counter kote gaeshi. You just bring it, or any of those wrist locks. You
Yeah.
bring the thing to
You
your
can
body.
just bring it in here like this.
Or bring it to your shoulder in this case. See?
I would be concerned about bringing it to my shoulder with a
What
knife
you just said.
because boom, and now you're just going to slice my throat.
Right.
Now, if I was going to counter this here, yeah, I would bring it in like this, and I would grab my own kote de gaeshi and see, and then I would just bring you down with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hugging it, just like
I like that. Yeah.
just like if you have the knife, I'm going to hug this against your body, so you can't do anything. So if I have the knife, and you're moving on me, I'm going to bring it into my body.
Right.
And here, again, I have a nice little technique because boom, I lock that up right there.
You got it on, boy.
Yeah, and I still have this
Yeah, I like
knife in.
That's
Plus,
good.
that doesn't stop me from changing hands, and then
Right.
because that's what I'll do. Because you're focused again, you're focused on this because this is the danger. So
Right.
I'll bring it in here. I'll let you see it,
Right. Yeah, changing.
and then
Yeah.
change hands. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
You're missing the foot part. And you're usually standing on their foot the whole time you're doing
yeah.
it.
I have a tendency to step on people's feet.
Well,
So
yeah,
when
that's
when we're doing
wrestling.
technique, when
Yeah.
we're doing techniques, no matter what I'm doing, I'm here and I do here, and then I'm always on somebody's foot. You can ask anybody I train with.
You were doing it just now, and I'm like,
No,
dude,
but-
what the heck?
I tell everybody, I will step on anything that's on the ground. If your feet's on the ground, I'm going to step on it. If your hand's on the ground, I'm going to step on it. If your head's on the ground, I'm going to step on it.
Yeah, well, that's
So,
good. Thank
yeah.
you.
So it's just my philosophy behind it is I like your concept with the leading because that will work with people who
The
aren't-
average person.
who aren't focused on, okay, I have to disarm the knife and this is how I have
Well,
to do
now
it.
when you got if I have a knife in my hands, and my my practice partners in class see the knife,
Hmm.
they'll never pay attention to the other hand.
Yeah.
They're not going to see the other hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right about that. If I were going to, but the other hand also makes it more difficult because this is backwards hard to get to.
Yes. You can use this hand to kind of mess with me
Yeah.
because I'll actually touch you, not just bring it in here, but one of my things I like to do is flick the nose or flick the ear.
Uh-huh.
I'll pester you, and I couldn't do it to you, but I'd poke you in the eye,
Uh-huh.
give you a little eye poke, just enough to boom boom here, and then I'll come in with the knife because this right here does obscure your vision, but if you know what they're doing, you can avoid that. What you can't avoid is me
Richard,
coming
there's
in
a
and
ghost
flicking you on
behind
the
you.
nose,
No, there's not.
and you will react.
There's
Or
a
I'll grab
ghost
your ear and
behind you.
twist it a
No,
little
there's
bit,
not.
and I'll definitely do that when you're on the ground. I'll flick you in the ear and say weird things to you. It confuses your brain so you don't realize you're getting broke.
Actually, talking to the person at all slows them down.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
the reason
absolutely.
that light keeps
Just
flashing in and
touch
out is
them
because I
and
keep
talking
shielding it with
slows
my
them down
hand.
even
It's
more.
not
Yes,
a ghost,
absolutely.
I promise.
So I
Hand is
use a lot of
there,
the mind tricks
Hand is gone.
like that to confuse people.
Now, something that we were playing with, and this is hard to do. Like I say, to me, if I did kote gaeshi in a real situation, I find it very hard to get any kind of wrist lock on the guys in practice.
Okay.
because they're fighting.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
But, and so this is all theory
Yes.
to me.
Yes.
But one thing that I think really makes this easier is if I let you do it rather than me do it. So say we're here and you cut into me with the knife.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If you do it, and a lot of times the guy will just look, I'll let you end up with a knife. I don't hold his hand. I'll just hold the knife.
Yes. Exactly.
And he just gives it to him.
Exactly.
Because he doesn't feel me doing it. I'm not doing anything. He's doing it all.
Yes. Now, I have a great philosophy on that. I call it lazy man Aikido. I don't do anything. You do it all to yourself. I let you do all the damage to you. When I move.
So we think exactly the same.
When I move, I very rarely move a lot. I encourage you to do all the moving. If I have Kotegashi and I'm going to come in and do this big Chinkan movement, what I do is I encourage you to move there. You're moving, I'm not. All I'm doing is turning my leg here. I don't have to come in with this big spin here like this.
Right.
Like they do in a lot of Aikido. I encourage you to do it by manipulating the wrist. See, you're turning for me. All I do is just move my body. And then, of course, I go this direction. End of story. I don't like anybody having a knife attack on me.
Okay,
So
show me what you did with knocking.
Oh, okay. So I have it here, right?
Okay.
Now, the only thing that really controls your grip is your thumb. If I work this like Kotegashi type movement, I put that in there, slips right out.
So
just hold the thumb.
Oh, you're holding the thumb.
Yeah, so because the thumb is what's controlling that knife, right? So I get a hold of it here, right? And I got a hold of the thumb.
With that a lot.
I'm here.
Do not spin. Stay right there.
Yeah, we worked with that a lot. Too.
Okay, now
And
spin.
So you're doing that.
Hold on.
I want to get that.
Hold on. Okay.
So you're coming here.
There you go.
And
then out. There you go. Yeah.
Just take that thumb.
Yeah. No matter how you have it. If for example I'm here, and I happen to have it this way here. Okay. I go in on the thumb here, and I got a hold of it, and then I can bring it down here.
Yeah. I got
Now, even if the blade is here, I can still reach in and grab it here.
Right. That's why I practice this kind of knife.
Yeah.
You can practice staying on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've played with that a lot. I find that when we're going fast and hard, it's really hard to grab that thumb.
Yes. Now, let me grab this out so it'll be a little easier to
Way to go,
work
Idaho.
with.
There was a glare and it looked like there was a ghost behind you.
So when we have them like this here, so if you're coming in with this attack and you're just going to do that straight, and I'm going to do this outside arena here like you normally get with the Kotegashi, just grip this here, and then I got it here, and then there you go. Now I've got Kotegashi and the elbow. Boom. Yes.
I like that. So
Boom there. Yeah.
this,
There you go. Now you
and you come.
and then go down. There you go. Yeah. Right there. And I can't hold on to it. I don't care how strong I am. You hang on to it as tight as you possibly want. I don't really care how tight. I grab that thumb right there.
Yeah, can't hold
You can't because I have control of the only thing that keeps human beings grabbing stuff.
Oh, that's
It's our
nice.
thumb.
That's nice.
Yeah. So if I come in with this, boom, there, right there, you got that. Just grab that thumb, there, and there it is. There's nothing I can do to stop that.
Now how do, and then you just take your, no.
Yeah, and then
how
I
did you
go-
take your Kotegashi?
And then I just work the Kotegashi. When I work my Kotegashi, so I have it here. I go.
Yeah, but you've got the knife in your hand.
Okay, if I have the knife.
No, you just took the knife away from
Oh,
me.
see, because when I take the knives away,
Oh, you don't keep it.
I don't keep it. I'm here, and
Okay,
bam.
okay, I got you.
Yeah, I don't.
I got you.
Yeah, I generally don't keep them in my hand. Now, if I do, so say I do have the knife in my hand, and I still have Kotegashi, like I have it here. And, I'm sorry.
My wrists are all broken up.
oh, okay. I'll go. Sorry. So if I'm here and I release it, and I have it here, okay,
Then you're just cutting.
I'm gonna cut you, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and do Kotegashi after I cut you.
Okay.
Boom here. I might jab in there a couple times just to make you regret it.
No, I wouldn't regret it.
No, you wouldn't for very long.
Not for very long.
Not for very long, you
Even
wouldn't.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably wouldn't even feel that in the excitement of
Yeah,
the
that's probably
fight.
true. Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, even if I come in with this showman, boom there, and you got that, and then you can just work the. As
Oh,
long
I
as you
see.
get,
Yeah,
there you
well,
go.
you'd
Yeah.
come back to the, now, will that work coming this way?
As far as, yeah, so when you stab, or like if you're going down on me here, and I'm here, right? I like the kaiten nage. I'm here, and I'm going to bring this in here like
Yeah, you
this.
do that differently than the way I taught. I
Yeah.
was taught it.
So then now I got to do, then I can grab it here. Now,
Let's see what you-
I just grab your fingers because I don't want you to let go of it.
Oh, you want me to keep?
I want you to keep it because now we're going to hear and we're going to have a discussion. Because honestly, I'm going to break your fingers.
How does that work?
Well, I just squeeze them here and I turn,
Uh-huh.
and then you go down here, and then I'll break this thumb automatically here.
Okay. So you change it around.
Then I'll take this tendon here.
Yeah, your kaitenagi is between what we would call kaitenagi. The way I was taught them, that doesn't mean I think it's good.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Oh yeah, I do this
taught
one
it
too.
here,
Yeah.
and then this we call kato sai.
Okay. Yes.
That's a shoulder pin. It's
Yes.
different.
I have several different kaitens. Actually, we start with the gakute here, and actually come in here, boom, lock this up here, and I hold you here, boom, and then I can step out and throw you.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Yeah,
I do that one.
That's very similar. to
Yes,
what
I do that one. But I like the one from a straight punch to the face. I'm here, and then I lock it up here. Now, if you want to keep it straight, you keep it straight. If you bend it, you bend it. I don't really care.
Right, you've got either twisted
Either,
arm lock
yeah,
or a
it
straight
doesn't
arm
really
lock.
matter to
Right,
me. Yeah, but if we're grabbing, I'll do this kind of kaiten. But if I'm punching you, you just have to step out and just go under. Yeah, you can do it that way. I don't like grabbing, because if somebody's really going to punch, I'm going to punch like this. I'm going to punch you like that. You're not going to grab that.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I think too.
So what happens is I go for the shoulders, because
Okay.
your shoulders doesn't move so much.
Right.
But if I can catch this here, I bring it out here and I roll it back and grab it and I pin it here.
Yeah.
So it's like here.
Yeah, that's what I always thought. You're gonna grab a karate guy's hand.
Yeah,
Right.
you're not.
Sure,
You're not gonna grab that. Yeah. So if somebody punches, we work it even slow. Like if you punch here and you go out, okay? I tell them all the time, don't try to grab that, because you're not going to.
Right.
Traditional Aikido, if you punch, they go here and they grab this like this, right? You're never gonna grab that. It's not gonna happen. So what happens is I attack the shoulder. This here is for cover. I touch your shoulder, and then I turn here and go down your arm. Because I don't care where you move your arm, it's always going to be attached to your shoulder. So if I touch your shoulder, I don't even have to see you. I can be looking over here, and I know where your elbow is. I know where your wrist is at, so I just follow it down until I get what I want.
Now, let me see if I've got what you're doing. So you're here and you're touching here and sliding down.
Yes.
Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because this is too fast.
Right.
Even somebody as young as I am, and I say that kind of jokingly, but even somebody young is not going to catch even an older guy. If he really punches, boom, you're not going to catch that.
Yeah.
That isn't going to be caught. But what doesn't move is my shoulder. So don't worry about this.
Right.
Worry about the shoulder. So when I punch, you go for the shoulder and go down.
Yeah, it's kind of like the idea of following the elbow rather
Yes.
than the wrist.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The wrist moves way too fast.
Yeah.
Way too fast. And elbow is about half as slow as the wrist, but even slower is the shoulder, because it
But,
doesn't really
like
go
with so
anywhere.
many things, you just flip your arm over and make this wrist.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
even have to move the elbow. Just flip it. Make
Yes.
it grab
So
it.
I always attack the shoulder.
Right, good idea.
Yeah. It's the slowest part of that whole scenario there.
Mm.
Yeah. And I do like having a cover, because I could get hit, but I
Right.
use my footwork. I use a little remi out and a cover,
Right.
just like boom here. So not only when you're punching here, I'm here, so I can, now I've got here, because this doesn't really move. I don't care where this is at. It doesn't
Right.
matter, because the shoulder's still there.
Right.
And then I just lead it to wherever I want. Yeah. But I like to pat using my outside hand, so when you come in, I'm here. And I do that a lot.
Yeah, you
I mean,
did
that's
that
my
on your video.
yeah, that's my big thing. My big thing, because it's not a defense, it's an attack.
Yeah.
So I'm attacking the attack. I never
Now
defend.
that's very similar to what I'm doing, where I'm here.
Yes, yes,
It's-
yes.
It's very similar.
It is very similar. You're going horizontal, and I'm going vertical. Same thing. It's just that you're doing it on a horizontal line, whereas I'm doing it more on a
Right.
vertical
Well,
line.
what I'm trying to do is lead you, pull you in here, and also to.
Yes.